Hi guys, it's Elisa and welcome to episode 7 on this playthrough on the island. We started getting a Theri egg, so I kind of had to make somewhere to be able to hatch this thing up, and I might have gone a little bit overboard. It'll work. Once the hatching area was done, we got the egg down and hatched, and it really wasn't the best level, but it's something to start with at least. So we've got it claimed and started working on those imprints. Also got round to connecting up the two taming pens so that it's a bit easier to work around this space and not having to go in and out of gates and the like. And we got the next imprint on the Theri. After what was pretty much a whole in-game day of just grinding resource for these walls, we did eventually manage to get them met up so that now we've got a little alleyway between the two. Make it a little bit safer for us to travel around in case a Kano drops in or anything of the like. I did want some sort of separation because all the things down in the lake area are on wander. I didn't want them wandering up and doing anything weird up on the tames up the top that aren't on wander. So we put a bit of a separation here as well, which is a little bit fiddly, but we made it work, and it's actually really helpful to have this here. We managed to get all the existing walls that were kind of in the way demolished and the new line up, and now we've got one safe little pathway between our two pens. Also put down a platform for our forge that we made last time so that we can get some metal smelting, not the ridiculously slow rates of a normal forge. So we can get the industrial forge working, and it's so much better having those industrial forges. I don't know why I don't do them sooner throughout my playthroughs. I also finally got around to colouring my hair and putting some refrigerators down. also got to work on feeding up this Lodicus. Kind of just fell off the cliff and it looked really cool, so I decided to tame it. I have literally no use for this guy, but that's okay, because it's purple. Then the little freaking idiot fell down the cliff chasing a piranha because I forgot to put it on passive. So I had to put a behemoth gate in here so that I could get it out rather than having to cryo it, because I just felt like if I cryoed it, this was going to be a consistent problem. So it's a fix, I guess, at least for now. Then we had fertilised Rex eggs and we got on to hatching those. We had one baby hatch and then we had a second baby hatch. Didn't take long until both babies wanted to go for a walk with us, so we took them both on a casual little stroll. We found an Ovis to drop off in the hothouse, because why wouldn't we? It got some lighting down so I can see at night now. Also really helpful. Wish I'd done it sooner. We got our second imprints on the Rexes, but the third imprints, we didn't have what they wanted, so that's as many imprints as we're getting because I forgot about the cryo hack. Also found this baryonyx when out searching. Finally been searching the whole playthrough for a baryonyx. It's not the best level, but it's also not the worst level, so we're going to make up a trap and tame that, because at least then we've got something. But the Pegos wanted to have something to say about that. And this cheeky little dude didn't want me to do what I did to his friend, so he decided that he was going to be my friend, and I felt bad for him, so I took him with us. After the trap was done, we worked on getting the baryonyx into the trap. Was kind of a little bit reluctant to start with, but eventually he decided to come along and agreed to be our friend. right as I was getting the baryonyx into the trap, I saw right over the hill there, very pretty alpha rex. But I was not moving this thing on our tame, so it had to go. Just kind of wish it hadn't been an alpha, because I would have tamed this thing in a heartbeat no matter what. I mean, those colours. The Alpha Rex was down, we got into getting the baryonyx to eat some trank arrows so we could give him the fish that he so well deserves. And apparently I stopped a bit too close to the swamp because I got myself leeched just a couple of times. And one of these little blighters had swamp fever, so we're going to have to deal with that as well. We dropped the fish off to the baryonyx and made our way home to try and make up an antidote and get rid of these leeches. While we were here, I realised that I didn't have enough rhino horns to make the antidote. So we went out and we found the first rhino we could, stole its horn, and does that make us as bad as poachers? After we had the antidote crafted and drunk, the baryonyx was nice and tamed, so we were able to cryo it up so we can bring it home to meet its new family. On the way home, however, Bronto decided that it also wanted to be our friend. It wanted to make sure I was worthy by whacking me a couple of times and making sure I had to whack it a couple of times too. Once it was knocked out, we went back home, put the berry where it needed to be, and got all the stuff that we needed to tame this big behemoth. And got Thyla'd for the very first time in the playthrough. It was only a little bit late. Found the Spino. It's not the best level, but come on. Who doesn't want a purple spider in their life? The Spino was knocked out, I figured I kind of had to help the Argy with the bugs that I left it with. It forgave me in the end, I swear. We're still friends. The Bronto tamed up, so we cryoed it up to take it home, and being low level, the Spino tamed up quite quickly as well. least this time I didn't leave the bag behind. And I was super smart and forgot that I had the wrong cryo equipped. So the Bronto got to meet the Spino before anyone else. I think they're okay with that. Also found Tech Raptor who said he also wanted to be our friend, so he will be the latest addition to the little raptor squad. And after getting the Spino out and giving it cryo sickness, I lost a bit of footage. I forgot to hit record. That was on me. But we're back and we're taming a Rex, apparently. And it's moments like that where I'm really glad that the Christmas event gave me some really good armour. Makes me a lot harder to kill, and if it wasn't for that I would have been dead a long time ago. I really wanted to try and push the Rex back into shore. Didn't want to knock it out underwater. I was also aware that this thing's torpor would be dropping, and it decided that it had to get one last hit before it went down in the water exactly how I didn't want it to. But thankfully, its oxygen stat didn't go down, so it must have been in shallow enough water that the game thought that its head was above it. Went and killed quite a few things around the island and popped some meat in the Rex to get it taming up. Also found this really neat looking wolf that I dropped in a pen that I also crafted while I had failed to hit record because the Tech Raptor was still in the other trap, so I had to use this one. This one is actually meant to be a pen for the Equus. And we had an Argy taming up at the same time as the Rex, so we collected that at the same time as collecting the Rex. Once we got the Argy home, we also dropped the wolf with the other wolves and found another Rovus. And then got Thyla'd for the second time in just a matter of hours. Second time in this playthrough as well. I figured knocking it out I may as well tame it, but then I realised I was stuck. There was literally nothing I could do other than kill it to get away. And I kind of felt really bad about that. Sorry, dude. This was the highest level Spino I'd seen the whole playthrough so far. So I had to tame it up, especially considering it would be a mate pair with the other one that we just tamed. I completely forgot how fast these things are. This thing is insanely quick, and I really should have built a trap, but I didn't, and we nearly lost this thing. I genuinely never thought I would be thanking a snake for assisting in a tame. You will see what I mean shortly. honestly, if it wasn't for that Titanoboa, I don't know if I ever would have caught this Spino. It's not something I ever thought I would say. Thank you to a Titanoboa. Usually I freaking hate the things. So we got some meat into the Spino and got it taming up so we can take it home with us and it can meet its new partner. We also found this reasonably low level berry, but it's still one of the highest levels we've seen this playthrough, other than the one that we just tamed. So I thought I'd give a go at taming it and you'll see how well that went. Right about here, I should have just given up. There's no way a level 44 Barry is going to win against a Stego, but I would try help it out. I really just should have flown away and encountered my losses, but I had to help. And yeah, it wasn't much of a help. And to end off this episode, we got the Spinos together, and I really do think that they make such a cute looking couple. Thank you guys so much for watching, any of you who have got to this point. It means so much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're still here. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your support.